distant flickering screen of scenery. The spell is bringing it all back.
Leah Sava Jeffries and Walker Scobell. All right.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Busy with JVS Media, and there's a lot to talk about. But I want to start off with a panel that we just recently went to, and that is Percy Jackson Season 2. So this is a show that a lot of people are extremely excited for, and to be able to sit there and to see the cast kind of share the emotions and their time on set, and on top of that, like how they themselves are excited to be a part of, I guess, what's to come. It's extremely exciting, and they did have some announcements, and I'm sure a lot of you are already aware of some of those announcements, such as the casting of the D'Angelo twins, or siblings, excuse me, and on top of that, you're just learning a little more about Percy's brother, and then seeing how he kind of officially looks when it comes to, I guess, being on screen, because of course there's a little CGI, of course, that's going to be thrown in the mix, because he's a Cyclops, so it's a little difficult to find somebody with one big eye in the middle, but casting's difficult nowadays. But for sure, I'm excited to kind of break down what I experienced, how loud it was, the craziness of the fandom, because we know how big Percy Jackson is. I mean, of course, when I was in elementary school, that's when the books were like going crazy, so everyone was on top of stuff, everyone was reading it, my brother was reading it, and it is something that I could feel the energy. As someone who's not a book reader, you could feel the energy there. When they were asking questions, there was people that were so emotional, couldn't even get off words. But realistically, it was a pleasure to be there, 100%. I mean, to hear the actors talk about how they were fans and how they read the books growing up, and to just hear their point of view on things, and how kind of they want to try their best to kind of stay on track to the source material instead of kind of going off. It was cool, and I appreciated that. Of course, I didn't read the book, so I can't say like, hey, like, this is something I'm looking forward to. Like, I feel like they should have kept on track. But for someone who's just a big fan of media in general, sticking with the source material is something that the fans want. So to see how hard they're trying to do that, kind of like, it feels good. They've changed things, but realistically, they're trying. And I think it's safe to say that this is a better adaptation than what we've gotten in the past. But it's still really exciting. The banter between like Leah and of course Walker, it feels like a nice little kind of like family in a sense. They're playing with each other, they're joking. It's great. It's really fun. And it's like to hear the even they're acknowledging some of the things that like we thought of. Like one of the biggest things when it comes to Stranger Things, for an example, is, hey, they're still technically like in school, but they look grown. Like we're supposed to have, you'd think we'd have a season every year, but because we've waited years, these people are, they're growing. And they mentioned that when it came to how it is between season 1 and season 2, the jump between where they started to where they are. And it was just a really funny like banter moment. We actually recorded it on the JVS and on my channel, either on TikTok, so go check that out if you want. But realistically, it was just really cool to see them kind of like acknowledge something that we're all kind of making jokes about, like oh yeah, when season 1 ended you were here, so when season 2 starts you're here, and it's they were talking about the growth and the changes, which was really funny. And there's a lot of clips out there, a lot of clips that we posted, so make sure you guys go to check that out, because you can hear that level of intensity when you're watching the video, just people laughing, people enjoying themselves, people having a good time. And again, like one thing that people seem to love, especially like couldn't hear a thing, your ears were ringing when they announced, I believe it was the D'Angelo siblings, when they announced that, and people seem to be okay with the casting. Again, me, not sure what's going on, because haven't read the book, but the level of excitement that you could feel on that floor, kind of, maybe it's a good sign. So for those who are, watching the show and are excited for the show, and who weren't at the panel, maybe you could take that as a good sign. The level of love that I could feel, not even being a book fan, like I could feel. Like, I love the first season. I am a fan of the show. So it's like, just to feel that is always a good sign. It is always a good sign. So I'm excited to hear what you guys have to say. That Percy Jackson panel is probably one of my favorite ones that I went to, just to hear, the cast, like, they're young, so like the filter wasn't really there, so they were just having a good time. They were joking, they were saying stuff, it was fun, and it's really good when you can go to a panel and you can see the actors kind of like let loose. You don't have to worry about kind of like restricting yourself to a certain, to being super professional. You can let loose, and that's what we saw. And I appreciated that as a fan of not only Percy Jackson, but of course of television as a whole. Like, I want to see these actors be their authentic selves, because we are so used to them being kind of like, well, as corny as it sounds, someone they're not. But it's fun. It's fun to see how they are and how much fun they're having, and it makes watching the show fun when the people, not only on screen but behind the scenes, are having a blast as well. So definitely a fun panel, and I appreciate you guys checking this out to just hear my insights on things. We're going to be dropping a lot more videos in the next couple of days, not only for Percy Jackson, but for, say, The Walking Dead, Daryl Dixon. Big announcements made for that. Maybe even Spartacus. We have Anne Rice interview with the vampire. We got a whole bunch of other things coming out, so just stay tuned. Be ready. Appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you guys in the next time. Thank you for watching JVS Media. Peace out.